Good morning, everyone. This is Diane, and I'm going to continue working on the Jingle Bells Christmas Journal. I think, I did add a few things yesterday. First of all, I want to say that in a golden book, the pages are pretty much even with the top and bottom of the book, which I don't like when I'm making a junk journal. I like there to be a little bit of room. You know, sometimes your signature doesn't line up perfectly, and then you might end up sticking out the top a tiny bit. Even that much I don't want, or the bottom a tiny bit. So I went through and I trimmed either the top or the bottom off each page, and then I also trimmed, even though I had folded a piece over to make it narrower. We have to make it narrower because we removed this part that hinges and the pages went that far. But again, the pages go all the way to the edge and I don't want that. So I did trim some of the edge off the page too. So now they fit nicely within the cover. And then I started looking through the ephemera that comes with this fun Christmas kit from Artsology, and started thinking about what I can do with these pieces. So I decided there's just one piece like this that has the little character in a fancy frame, and I decided to just use that as a pocket on the first signature. So I sewed it to make the pocket a little bit bigger. I sewed it to some vellum, or I glued it to some vellum and then sewed the pocket on. And this is one of the tags that comes in the kit. So I will probably do something on the back of that, stencil it or something. I'm not trying to vintage it up, but maybe I'll add a little bit of green ink around the edge. And I'll add something to the top of it. I have lots of Christmas ribbons and things like that. And then I added this pocket that came with the kit, and I just glued this little character on it. Of course, I'll put some journaling cards inside. I ended up not needing a lot of the pages that I had pulled, because between the golden book pages and the journal kit pages, I didn't need a lot more pages to put in. There's writing space on the back of each journal page, a digital page, and then I added a few writing pages. So there's lots of room to write. This is what we're going to work on this morning, but I think there was one more thing I added in here last night. Thought I put a belly band, yes. So I took one of the belly bands from the kit, just chopped it off to make it the right height, and then I added some wide pink rickrack to the edges. And then I put one of the journaling cards in there. So let's just continue on. Now I did this one yesterday on video where I folded. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, you can go back and watch yesterday's video. And I'll show some more of that in this video too. But I just put a small, narrow flap onto the part that I folded over. And there is some room for journaling here. And you could just add some ephemera or little photos there. Now I'm going to add something larger. For the second set of pages, I folded it forward instead of to the back. So I'm going to take this, see it's opposite the blue snowflake page, so I'm going to take this blue polka dot paper and trim it to the right height. Got my paper cutter set up behind me. One thing I didn't show on my room tour was my little cart on wheels that I usually, because I went around the perimeter of the room and this cart sits in the middle of the room and I just move it around to wherever I need it. So I'd show it to you, but my camera's on the tripod. I'm going to trim a little bit more off of that. So it's one of the carts. It's like kind of like a Rascog cart. It came from Michael's. It's Recollection brand, and it has a wooden tray on top. So in the bottom tier of this cart, I keep large punches and my crimper, my paper crimper is in there. I think I trimmed a little bit too much off. That's okay. Because I made it crooked, so then I trimmed some more off. So I'm just going to use my ATG gun. So I keep my large punches in the bottom, and it's really handy having them there because I do use them quite a bit. And in the middle tray, that's where I just stick my envelope punch board, my paper cutter, and my scoreboard. Of course, they don't fit down in there, but they fit in with part of it sticking out. That's fine. I don't need to close them in or anything. And then the top, I keep scraps of, well, not scraps, but sheets of discard paper. This isn't even discard paper. This is just printer paper that shouldn't be here. But paper that I'm going to throw away. I keep inside there because I use that for gluing. And then I also use the top of the wooden lid that's there. I use that for keep my paper trimmer on top when I'm using it. So I just, turn my chair around here and use the paper trimmer. So this is one of the elements from the kit, and I'm going to just glue it on there as a decoration. That go to voicemail. Oh, my voice is froggy. Now, I do want to cover this, so I'm going to make a little pocket right here. See if I have scraps that I can use for that. That one's a little bit too short. That one's perfect. Sorry about my froggy throat. I haven't been talking to anybody. So I just started talking when I turned the camera on, and I was like, oh, I can't talk yet. It's not that early, but I just haven't been talking. Because I've been home alone. Oh, I cut it too short. Oh, no, I didn't. I cut it to match this and not the book page. So I'm just going to glue this on. You could leave this plain and just glue a little strip or washi tape down here and then have this for journaling. But in this case, I made it into a pocket and I can put something inside. And don't pull on it until it's fully dry. And I might add some trim to the edge of this. I have trims for Christmas, I don't know if I have anything in blue right here with me. I just have all my Christmas trims here. And I think I want something blue there. I could use this gold rickrack. I can do that. I'm gonna sew that on later. And then when we put our things in the pockets, we'll put something there. Looking for something to decorate this page. I've got lots of banners that come with the kit. Where did I put them? Are they in here? Nope. I have some tabs and I have some tickets. Got lots of choices here. I just saw those banners. There they are. Got a whole bunch of banners. No flags. This is that computer printer paper. And I would put a trim at the top of that too. That looks festive. I wasn't sure about the red and the pink, but this is a Christmas journal and it has quite a bit of pink in it, the digital kit. So I'm going to embrace it and throw in some red and green here. And I'll sew that on also. Maybe I should have been filming at my sewing table this morning. Where can I put a tab? I'll put a tab on one of the narrower pages so it doesn't stick out too far and bend, because I did print it on cardstock, but if it stuck outside of the journal it would get bent. Don't I have a narrower page? Yeah, I think that would work. Oh, I just thought of something I want to do in here. I was thinking about all the little critters that are in this kit that I fussy cut. and the little tags. So I could use my Tim Holtz, what is it called? Stitched pocket, I think it's called, but it's the one that has the slots. I have some cut, but I don't know if I have any in the right color, but I'm gonna get them out and see. So we have a lot of pink in here, so maybe I can use that. I could use the craft, definitely. I could use the blue in this one. I've got white, maybe the gold, because I'll get these out for, in case I want them in any of the other Christmas journals I'm doing too. Okay, I guess I do have quite a few, and then the only ones I didn't take were the royal blue ones. And I have the little labels for them too. Now let's just see if we have enough stuff that would fit in these pockets. I could use one of the tickets. Tucked in. This little birdie. Well, I don't want to use the top. I'll put it in here. A tag. And I can use elements that don't come with the kit too, to make the kit pieces go further. Didn't think I'd have to make the kit pieces go further, but if I'm gonna stuff this thing and I need to do it 3 times, because I'll put one of these in each signature. So there's a little round tag. Yeah, there's plenty I can put in this. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm going to ink around this. I like to do that because it helps the label stand out more. Could put this right on there for the label, but I really like this label. So I'm going to grab my ink and my blender. this way. Now you can see things a little bit better. They're a little more defined. You can leave this top part open, but I don't. Don't want them to slide in too far, so I put a little glue up. Just a little bit, about 1/2 inch. There. Put some reinforcements on here so I can put a fiber there. This has pink and red on it together. It's probably way more than I needed. Oops. And I'll put something in here. Well, I put red in that one, so let's try a little pink in this one. I'll make that really short. We don't want to have too much fiber clashing with each other. Sorry. And I'll just put a little baker's twine or something in this. This is a vintage postal twine that I got at a flea market, and I love it. I got 2 spools of it. I'm going to put a knot in the end so they don't unravel. It's best to do that before you tie it in so you have more string to handle. And now I'll loop it through the hole. And I won't pull it too tight because this hole is not reinforced. There, that looks like a fun little pocket, doesn't it? You know what I didn't do on this? Where is it? Oh, I was going to say I didn't glue that closed, but because I put this on, I sandwiched it, so I don't need to glue that closed. Okay, let's continue on. Here's what I'm talking about. I didn't glue this closed, but I'm going to do that with this one. So this is what I'm talking about. This is, you have your Golden Book page, and then you fold it to make the page narrower to fit in, and then you have this flap. This is where you sew so that you have pages in between these 2 pages. But you have this flap just hanging out here. But even when you add something to this, this can still open up. So I'm going to glue this. I don't know if I'm even being coherent today. Yesterday was a bright, sunny, warm day. Today, I think it's still fairly warm, pretty warm. It's cloudy though. That's okay. I take all kinds of weather, except super hot weather. Don't like it. I think we'll do a flap on this one with just journaling. I don't need to add a pocket to every one. So I'm going to use, it's probably narrower than I want. I just want a piece of paper on there. And what colors is it going to be up against? It's going to be like this, so it's going to be up against that pink. Just pulling out some papers I can look at. Sorry. So I could use this page. I could use a green. Oh, I like this. Let's use that. It's pink, but it's not like in your face pink. So I'm going to cut it to 7.5 by 5. Those are the dimensions of this page. Who would have thought to use this paper in a Christmas journal? Not I. I'm going to glue that there. No, I'm going to glue it there, so that'll be facing the pink page. And then I'll put something to journal on here. I have this page from an old appointment book. I'm going to trim that down. And glue it on. I probably should have found a page from December. Didn't think about that. Nope. Don't have December, do I? I got November. Yep, there's December. Let's do a December page. I'm going to get out all the December pages. Oh, I've got a cash account in here too. That's cool. Okay. Okay. I'll cut one of these again. I wish I knew what day the person was going to be using this page. But I'll make it like mid-December. We're still early in the book. I keep bumping the camera. I'm sure you've noticed. And you could always just, if you have a little stamp set for a planner with numbers, you could always stamp out whatever date you're using this book on and just stamp it on a piece of paper and cut it out and glue it on top of that. If you wanted to. So folding the paper, the book page over like that gives you a bonus page. I think I'll make a tuck spot right there, but I'll sew him on. Actually, I won't sew him on because I taped that. And I don't want to sew through tape. So I will glue him on. I wonder what I did with my little cap for my glue. Never fear, I've learned. What was that? Oh, I think it was my voicemail. keep extras of these caps now because I have a habit of losing them. I'll come across it when I clean up my mess today. And then I'll tuck something in there. I might get out some rubber stamps and do a little stamping. Probably not too much. There's a lot going on in these books. So this one just had a little flap with a little room for journaling. What do I want to do on the back page? Maybe I'll wait on that, make sure I have enough ephemera to go through the whole book, and then figure out I could just do something with a scrap. So let's move on to the next signature. This one doesn't have any of the Golden Book pages, so it has extra, has some music page, some extra ledger, a recipe book page from a Christmas book called Santa in My Kitchen. So it has this, I think it has the same amount of pages, but just no Golden Book pages. So I want to put a pocket on the front like I did on the other one. What did I, oh, it's that little bear. Put this little hippo on there. So let me get some vellum. I think I'll just use vellum for those front pockets. And I should make them all the same size. So this one is about 4 3/4 by 5 1/2. Cut two at the same time. Now this one doesn't have the fancy frame around it, so I feel like I need to put something behind him. I might want to take some of my pattern paper and cut a pretty shape with my Big Shot, but let me see if I have anything in here. That covers up the holes of the button so you don't know it's a button. Yeah, it looks like I don't have anything big enough in here. So I might have to do that off camera. My Big Shot is in the other room on a desk. So I'll just take some scrapbook paper and cut out a pretty shape and back him on it, glue it on there, and then sew it to the page. And we might as well pick one for the third signature since I have the vellum right here. put the squirrel on this one. I wanted the larger figures. Like she has them in several sizes. That seems like a very big pocket. This one can't be done the same as that one because it doesn't have the same pages in it, but we'll try to get some similarities going here. I don't have to do the extra flap, but I will add some trims to some of the edges. Can put something here. Let's figure out where we want to put the Tim Holtz pocket. Maybe that page. Or that one. The gingham is fun and whimsical, isn't it? Has a little mitten, that's cute. I'll put one of the tickets in there again. I have this tall tag, but I think I'll cut this off and use that. So I just cut off 1.5 inches. Okay, like that. Just a little bit of inking around the edge. The ink also helps. There's a little line, a little frame embossed around there, and the inking helps to make that stand out. That was a little more inking than I wanted, but I think we'll go ahead and do the third Tim Holtz, this pocket, just to make sure we have all the little ephemera used and we don't use it all up somewhere else. I'd love to see other journals that have been made with this journal kit. I think it's from last year. And I've never seen anything done with it. Ticket. Mitten. Circle tag. deer, and hag. These pockets are so fun to fill. Okay. Can put some banners in here somewhere. This is a faded out house and tree scene, but I'll use the full color one there. Yeah. I am just gonna probably use some other trim that I don't have over here. I might replace that red and green one there too with something that I don't have in my Christmas stash. What else do I want to put in here? How about one of those wreaths? Because I think I have 4 wreaths in this kit. Some of them I didn't cut out the center because they have an image in there. But I probably shouldn't have cut out the center because now I feel like I need something in there. So I have an idea. I'm gonna look for some ledger or something to stick in there. This has little tiny grid lines on it. Can you see? That fits. Okay. So it's not just white in there, but you'll be able to write on it. Perfect. Just trim a little bit more off. Still have one little corner sticking out. Probably wouldn't even notice it, but there, I cut it off. Oh, that looks cute. I'm thinking I should have added some ribbon to that bow or that wreath hanging off. Let's see. Actually, I can still, maybe I can still add it. Got some red sheer ribbon. Yes. That's what I want. Ah, that was too much glue. Oops. That adds just the right touch. Now, I don't want to cover up those flowers, so I would have stuck the ribbon behind it, but it's got this gold trim, so I think we're good there. Oh, we forgot to do the stitch slots pocket for the other, not you, I forgot. Let's figure out what we're doing here. Let's use a brown one. Guess we used a brown one on the other one, didn't we? Did we use a dark brown one? Let's do it like that. Thought I saw a little bird in here. Another little bird. It's hiding on me. Maybe I just saw this one in the wreath, but I don't think so. I think it was cut out. Oh, here it is. Have a little present I can tuck in. I punched the tags and things out of those sheets that my friend Jill sent me. That's what these are from. Just did that last night. So they're coming in useful already. Don't know if I want this color against that. This one. Yeah, that works. Well, I'm having fun putting this little fun Christmas journal together. I hope you're having fun watching me figure things out. I told you this would be outside of my comfort zone. This is not the kind of design I normally go with. But I think it goes very well with this book. And I'm actually... I got a pink one stuck to that. I was like, why is it pink on the back? Okay. I'm having fun figuring it out. It's always hard for me to get going on pretty much any journal. I get excited about wanting to do it, and then when it comes time I hesitate because I don't know where to start. But once I get into the flow of it, I get into it and I enjoy it. Okay, put our ticket in, and our little bird, and our present. No, the present goes up here. We'll put a little baker's twine here again. This isn't baker's twine though, this is postal twine. I think I made that a little long. Fingers feel clumsy. Can use this creamy fiber if I can find the end of it. There we go. Okay, now we have all of our little slotted pockets put together. I'm going to put away these because it's just adding to the confusion on my desk. Keep them handy for upcoming, maybe I'll use all three of those blue ones